Still trying to find where you belong in the Cincinnati area? Well, today we are going to talk about 5 amazing suburbs. They are all car dependent today, and know that we'll come back and do some of those walkable areas next, but make sure you stay to the end. I'm going to mention some others that you might want to keep on your search and on your radar if you like some of these but still haven't found what you're looking for. All right. Let's dive right in. Hi, I'm Rhonda with Comey & Shepherd Realtors, and on this channel, we always talk about buying, selling, and living here in Cincinnati. All right, let's kick it off at number 5 with Westchester Township. This area is huge. There's over 64,500 people that live there, and it's in Butler County right off I-75. Westchester seems to have kind of that sparse suburban feel, but it also seems a little more wide open than some of the other areas we're going to talk about today. There used to be like a little downtown area, and I mean, it's still there. It never really developed. You can kind of walk to it if you live right there, but it's really been replaced by the clock tower kind of park and all of that at Union Center. That's where community events and concerts, if you want everything near but are okay not walking, Westchester might be great for you. Things are just kind of spread out a little bit more. Larger lots, larger parking lots, larger areas in between buildings. Lakota is the school district here, Lakota Local, and there are over 17,000 students and about 20 buildings that make up this school district. It does receive an A grade from niche.com, but let's talk about houses. Your average home is 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, 2,600 or so square feet, and it's on a little bit less than a half acre, just a little. Average year built is 1992, and that average purchase price is $446,000. Again, averages. Coming from Westchester, there are areas that are right on I-75. So getting into downtown can be fairly simple. You're probably 20 to 25 miles to get to downtown, just depending upon where you are in the area. This is very subjective. It really just depends what you're looking for in an area. Loveland. Everybody loves Loveland. That population there is 13,125. It probably has more of a walkable downtown than most of the places we're going to talk about today. It also has the Loveland Miami Trail, or the bike path, and that actually cuts right through the center of downtown, which brings everyone into that downtown area. So yes, there are some more walkable areas with restaurants and shops and all of those kinds of things, but really to get to a grocery or a bank or something like that, you will need a car to get out there. The schools in Loveland received an A rating from niche.com. The houses, though there are a lot of varieties, including townhomes and patio homes and condos, your average is going to be 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, about 1,932 square feet. It sits on almost a half acre and was built in 1979. Now, these stats again are just for the city of Loveland and not the whole district. So the price point is a little bit lower here, and it's going to be $383,000 as an average. But check out this video here if you would like to take a deeper dive into Loveland. Anderson Township. Now, Anderson is a beautiful area to drive through. Niche.com calls it sparse suburban, and I would say most of it is. Again, you do have those denser areas in a more downtownish type area, but everything has kind of moved out to Beachmont, 5 Mile, and just long road full of everything that you could ever want. With all the greenery, there are also parks. I would say Woodland Mound is my favorite so far. It overlooks the Ohio River, but you have golf courses aplenty, and also the Loveland Miami Bike Trail does come down into this area. And also Coney Island. Coney Island used to be the amusement park, has now, as it's gotten older, it's now been revamped and it is purely a water park. The schools are part of Forest Hill Local School District, and it has an overall grade of A from niche.com. But what about the houses? The average house is 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, 2,400 plus square feet, which kind of surprises me, and costs about $440,000, kind of give or take. Many people love the atmosphere in the area. Others want to just be 13 miles from downtown. So unfortunately, it's still during rush hour is probably a 30-minute commute. But in some cases, depending upon where you're coming from, it's quicker to actually hop on 275 and go into Kentucky to get back up into Cincinnati. Next up is Mason. Mason is one of our northern suburbs in Warren County with several exits off I-71. The population's around 34,000, and though Mason's history dates back into the early 1800s, I believe, it's generally a newer area that's really easy to navigate. So you'll find a small group of more historic and older homes near their downtown. It's really in need of a facelift, and city leaders are working on that to create more of a city center that will be community focused. We'll keep you up to date on that. Mason has a beautiful community center. It has indoor and outdoor pools, fitness center, tennis, all the stuff, and there are programs and a little something for all ages. Mason is also home to Kings Island Amusement Park and Soak City Water Park, so there's never a dull moment if you're looking for something to take the family out to go do. Mason has also been able to expand their bike paths. You'll always see someone out running, walking, or biking around town. Niche.com ranks Mason A+, and it's also ranked 4th in the best school districts in the Cincinnati area. Buying a home in Mason may also mean a condo or a townhome, which are actually plentiful in the area. There's also patio homes and other interesting style communities that are very lifestyle oriented. So grass cutting and snow removal and things like that are taken care of. But I digress. So the home on average is going to be 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, 2,650 square feet on about 1/3 of an acre. It was probably built in 1995, and it's going to sell on average for about $490,000. So remember, we've got condos and things that are going to be a little less. We have some new construction, and pretty much all of that is 800 and above. But the area is a little bit further from downtown, but we included it because it's a straight shot to the downtown area with probably a 30 to 35 minute drive. All you have to do is hop on 75 or 71 and bam, you're right there. And at the top of our list, the village of Indian Hill. Now, Indian Hill is very unique. It's literally schools, homes, and parks. There's no retail to speak of within the village. There's no downtown. It's truly the epitome of car dependent, unless you have a horse. Then there are multiple horseback or horse riding trails, walking trails. It's a lovely area. And on the east side, the village actually bumps up right to the Loveland Miami Trail. So you have access to that and the river, and lots of outdoor activities available in this area. The schools are the best ranked in the city but it has an amazingly low tax rate while still providing stellar services to the citizens. Now, Indian Hill's population is only about 6,000, so much smaller number of people there. And 98% of the homes are owner occupied. Let's talk about the area's upscale estates. The average home is about 5,600 square feet. It's most likely on a larger lot because the average is 2.85 acres. It probably has public water service, but private sewer. That means septic. This community was settled back in the 1800s, and so the average year built is 1974. There are still some very historic areas. So it's just so unique. Like, everything is very unique there. But the average sale price is $1.7 million. And as you can imagine, many of these homes boast luxurious details and are architecturally distinctive. Like, no two really are alike. It's completely different, really, from anywhere in the city. And though it is off the beaten path a little bit, you have access to everything very nearby. And it's only about 15 minutes to downtown, depending upon where you're coming from. All right, and as promised, I said I would mention some other areas that you might want to check out. Most of them are smaller and do not have as much inventory, and that's why they're not included here. They're still great, but just a little harder to find things. So, number one, Terrace Park. Now, lovely area. It's right next to Indian Hill, but also Milford. So they only had 12 sales in the last 6 months. The average price point there is $810,000. Also, Amberley Village. Oh, those sprawling ranches on acre lots. Oh my goodness, it's glorious. Many of them have that mid-century modern vibe. I love it, and you can certainly check out this video here if you'd like to know a little bit more about Amberley Village. But also 12 sales in the last 6 months and a $527,000 average price. And there you have it. All right. What questions do you have? Make sure that you reach out to us or start a conversation in the comments below. But we look forward to hearing from you, and we will see you next time.